The average for passengers is 5 to 10, and some years none. By far, the biggest cause of death on the railways is suicide. It's almost one a day. I knew the chap who was chairman of Network Rail, and he had to sadly write to all the families when this happened, and it's obviously traumatic also for the train drivers. So moving on to the dangerous dogs or handgun acts, they were two different government parties in power, but in both cases there was a huge overreaction to the publicity. And similarly with financial services regulation, there's a tremendous propensity to regulate lots of boxes to fill in, whereas in fact Robert Maxwell would probably never have filled in the boxes he truthfully should have done. So why is all this happening? Well, a lot of it is because of the media. This is not to blame the media, this is just a fact of how it operates. Because historically we obtained a lot of information from our community. The local shopkeeper, the local vicar, whoever it might be. We lived in a little village or town, we observed what happened, and we knew when somebody had died or whatever, but most of them obviously died from natural causes, and people sort of understood that. Now, of course, it's very different, because the media will tend to highlight the dramatic rather than the undramatic. And the media is now very fragmented, very competitive, and very keen to get the best stories as they perceive them on the front page. And thirdly, journalists tend to be trained in words and not in numbers. And if you've been involved with any story that's appeared, you'll often find it's actually the numbers that are not well represented. And that can be very misleading, because in the end, of course, it's the numbers that are going to generate the risk. An example is air crashes. We know air crashes, wherever they happen in the world, tend to get a good position in the newspapers. But they don't sort of